Is this serious? Like, am I really? Wait a second, because now you can see like all this shit on my glasses. Oh, but then you can also see all the shit on me. Yes, sir. Woo! I'm getting a retwist today, so don't even worry about that. But let's get into the fact that I'm official now. I know you see that little circle in my glasses. I'm a real vlogger out here. A real vlogger out here. What's good, people? I was inspired. I was actually not inspired because I've had the inspiration. I got the kicking in the ass that I needed. It was a light kick. It wasn't like somebody booted my shit across the way, but it was like, you know, a little like, you know, somebody was like, come on, you need to go ahead and do what you do. That person was my father. I was talking to him the other day, and we were having a really good conversation. And one of the things I said was that I can't bring myself to be one of those people that pushes out a bunch of mediocre content like back to back to back, you know. I think we're in a day and age where you can monetize everything, but you got to be the right person to try and monetize everything, you know what I'm saying? So Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, I don't know, fill in with whatever great philanthropist or entrepreneur you want to think of. They knew how to take an idea and bring it from, no, let's go this way, from conception all the way to billion-dollar business, you know what I'm saying? But some of us aren't like that. You can't take every hobby you have or every skill you think you have and turn it into something that's going to earn you some money. I mean, some things are just good hobbies, you know what I'm saying? Like, some things are just for you to enjoy. And if somebody else happens to get to experience that with you when you're doing your thing, that's great. But don't, try to put a price on everything, because then you get into a situation where, what if I tell you that you really ain't worth what you think you're worth? Now what, And you know what? Maybe that's just me, Another thing that came up in the conversation was that we are our own worst critics. So the whole piece of me thinking I'm putting out mediocre content, well, my dad was like, if you don't put out anything at all, that's even worse or less than mediocre. So I'm like, dang. And that conversation was only like 2 days ago. So I got up today and I was like, yeah, you're right. I might think one thing, but somebody else might hear it and grab hold of it like a nugget of gold, I never know. The biggest point is to say what's on my mind and not be afraid of the naysayers, not be deterred by the what ifs, and I can only bring the water to you. I'm not even going to take you to the water. I'm not even going to say, come on, let me lead you. No, I'm going to just bring an abundance of stuff. What you take, what you pick and choose is all up to you. If you don't take anything, I think, I prepared all this for you. That's like coming over to somebody's house and they made dinner. Like, nah, I'm good. I ate on the way. Like, I took the time. But you know what? Fine. Because I'm going to have seconds. I'm going to have thirds and fourths since you're not eating. So, hey, it's me. Welcome back. The comments that I made in the previous slide are true. I want to use this platform not only as a form of accountability for myself, but also as a tool and a resource for whatever you all need, whatever. And I'm talking about my followers. So I think about a lot of things. The gray area literally exists. Where controversy roams free, so does the dialogue. It literally exists because I can't just let shit happen. Maybe I take myself a little too seriously, right? So I'm always, no matter what it is, in my daily life, I'm always questioning something really heavy. And I'm always like super skeptical about something. And I'm never taking anything at face value. Even if it's the people closest to me saying, Dion, that's hot. I'm going to be like, maybe to you, but I need to really know if it's hot or not. So let me go ahead and touch this. They know I'm going to go and do it the hard way. That being said, we're not all the same. You're not me, I'm not you. So what I find easy, hard, whatever, you may not. and what I find vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I have my topics, but I know that there are other things out there to speak about. So I want you to tell me what it is that you struggle with talking about, or what it is that you contemplate deeply about on a random Saturday night at 3 a.m. What is it that you, what are your goals? What are your thoughts, dreams, aspirations, and how can, or what are some obstacles that you're facing with that? You know, I did do the leadership development stuff. I've been a little bit out of practice as far as like making real content and going and facilitating stuff, but talking to people is a skill I'm always have. The gift of gab, as somebody called it the other day, really close to me. I've got that. I can be that person that if you're thinking it's hard to have a difficult conversation with your loved one, a coworker, a family member, a friend, I can help that. I can help with stuff like that. I can give you some questions that you can ask. I can give you different things to think about with how that other person is feeling. I mean, shit, you talk about difficult conversations. One of the most difficult conversations, or parts of a difficult conversations, is trying to understand what the other person might have been thinking at that time. Like, perfect example. Me and my dad been living together since May, because that's when I moved back home from my job, right? And we don't have an ice maker, right? We have the ice tray, you crack them, you fill them up with water, you wait till they freeze, you do it all over again. And me and my father use a lot of ice back and forth. Sometimes you don't feel like cracking that ice tray. Sometimes you just want to go in, grab your cold beverage, grab your ice, and go. Both of us feel that way. But it's funny how you can interpret when the other person does it to you. So when I'm already tired, or when I'm already feeling like, dang, I just want to get something to drink and go back downstairs, and then I go and I see that there's no ice. One of my immediate thoughts is, why didn't he refill it? Like, one of my immediate reactions is thinking that he did something against me. When that's not the case. That's not the case. A lot of times in a difficult conversation, or at a time of conflict, or when we just don't understand something, see how all of those could be the same thing? We interpret that somebody else is doing something directly to us. But that's not the case. When we're in positions like that, when we're just going through our natural lives and moving, you know, we're doing what's best for us. And that does not mean I'm going against you. I'm simply doing what's best for me. So my father, let's put it in his perspective, because we already know mine. Damn, he slighted me because he took all the ice. Like, he said, fuck me. Let's switch the perspective. What if my father was rushing out of the house that morning trying to go to work, and he was trying to rush and grab all his stuff, and he just took and, you know, dumped the ice, just trying to fill up his cooler and rush out the door? That's a possibility. Or what if he was tired, just like I was saying, and just wanted to grab some ice and go? Like, you know, what if he didn't feel like dumping in the ice tray? That's a possibility. It's very far-fetched that he was making a psychological attack on me by not putting in any ice in the ice tray. You know what I'm saying? Like, these things, we do them naturally, but it's not so natural to change them. And I think part of my imposter syndrome, part of my journey and the hardships about, you know, graduating with a communications degree is, it's really hard to get somebody to, one, even realize, like, build the awareness of, like, yeah, I do this. It's even harder to get them to say, yeah, I do this, but I acknowledge I should probably change. And then actually getting the change to happen and making sure that it sticks is, you know, some people's life's work. It's my life work for myself. And like I said, I think by putting out more of my thoughts, and I'm a real vlog. Look at this. Like, I got a little remote. I can stop the video at any time. Like, this is my first step in trying to hold myself accountable, and also trying to have you hold me accountable. And I hope you take a step with me as well. And send me some of your feedback. Send me some of the topics you're thinking about. Send me some of those things that are just rattling around in your brain. And I would love to be the one to help bring them out into the real world and just talk about it. Yeah. So I miss y'all, and I'm coming back in full force. Ooh, and 2022 is right around the corner. It's only crazy things in store from here. Woo!